Well, happy Trash Tuesday. Or if your trash wasn't taken out today, happy Taco Tuesday. I love authentic tacos from actual Mexican restaurants. That's my gig. I love that. Okay. I'm going to go over two videos. I'm going to do garlic bread and then unicorn fondue to cover her nonsense, right? When she is out of content, which is pretty much all the time at these, recently she's out of content. Everything she tries doesn't really work. She's probably very frustrated about this. She thinks she can cut corners and that she's not going to get called out on it, especially when she has a history of scamming her following before. So there's always going to be reactors. And reactors are the ones who are watching you in your moment or slightly thereafter, right? And are commenting on what is up on the screen. Chantel wants to do reactions as well because she's jealous of all these channels, especially because a lot of them make more money than she does. And I'll tell you, sending people from your own chat, go watch the React channels then, you're not welcome here, it's probably not a great idea for you. But she doesn't have the wit, the humor, the sarcasm to react in the moment at something. So she just cycles out a bunch of lies that she's either made up herself or heard from other bitter channels that didn't do very well in reacts. Not that I'm doing great in reacts, okay? But for me, this is a pastime that I do once in a while if I have time. And obviously, last few weeks have been hecticana for me. So I haven't had a lot of time to make content, to do my own reactions, but just to put together a couple of lives, I think, last week. But anyway, let's get into this.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Chantal did about a 3-hour live stream. And if you thought we were doing no...
By the way, garlic bread is a stand-up reactor. And he's also an active listener. If you say, I don't like it that you're using whole clips, he will then just use screenshots like Karina Kaboom. He is listening and taking feedback and doing the best he can with what he has.
Rage February. Well, I guess you're wrong. I want to start this off by letting you know Chantal's ex has been tagging tons of reaction channels with Dee Dee going through a revert. I don't know what brought this on. I don't know why it started, why it's happening, but...
Yeah, I don't really get that either because from what Chantal has told us, he is non-practicing, I believe. And so, what does he care? If she wants to have this life journey, and I don't know, maybe there's something going on over there. Maybe it is to appease Chantal since she doesn't want to be the one striking channels directly, and he seems to have no problem doing it. Who knows?
Let me just say, when you strike everyone that covers you, even if we wanted to discuss this, the reputation that you've built makes it to where no one would. So this gets brought up very early in Chantel's stream. Now, Chantel kind of laughs at this, which is interesting because she had before welcomed people to this. You know, she wanted people in the religion. She wanted to promote the religion. She cited how it changed her life. And yet now all she's sitting there saying is, well, her ex needs to convert over in addition to her. The, of course, ever helpful chat is watching her just take spoonfuls of rice and then brings up fast food. And she talks about how she's tempted by Hardee's, but only the Santa Fe sauce, none of the other items they have, just that sauce. She goes back to the person that was sending her emails, and of course, even though days later continues to talk about this, doesn't care what they have to say. And let's just all remind ourselves, if Sal...
Yeah, the letter was weird. The choice to read it was even weirder. Like, that could have been something that none of us knew. But like I said, she's desperate for content. So I think she was hoping to pick up some views by stirring up some drama on her channel. And she won't let it go. So there's two answers for you there, in my opinion. Is that the first is that it is some sort of gimmicky thing she's doing to try and get views. The second is that somebody did in fact send it to her. It was probably a troll. And got into her head. And she just can't get past it. She's been having a lot of nightmares lately. I'm not sure where that's originating from, but it certainly seems like an unsettled mind. Somebody who is experiencing a lot of anxiety, maybe. Can't get in the right position to sleep. I think she said that she stopped wearing her CPAP. That sounds dangerous.
Gets caught again. And these emails come out to be true, or even if they're not. It's her passiveness. It's her smug way of handling this that everyone sees exactly what they need to see from her with. You know, she doesn't look at things objectively and say, hey, you know, maybe there is a warning here. Maybe there is something should I consider. It's just instead everyone else's issues, everyone else's shortcomings, all being projected through whatever vessel it is, whether it's my community post or Reactor's video, these emails. Which brings us to our next point, because clearly she's been watching Tippy and Friends, and how great Tippy and Friends content is, how we all wish we could be as good as reacting as they are. Chantal, believe...
Not only watching, but she encourages them to show up to her live streams, play around in the chat, and the majority of the time they're just trying to get her to rage, cause drama. And that didn't go for her very well last year, right before her birthday. So it doesn't matter if you're saying it soft, loud, with a smug expression. It really doesn't matter, because ultimately you're going to piss off the wrong person who will report you.
Or not, on this platform, there is a tool that shows how good someone is at reacting. It's called the like button. It's called the comment section. And I think it also has something to do with the views. I'm not totally sure, but I think if you compare all the reaction channels you don't like to Tippy and Friends, you're going to see that your obsession with saying everyone else is just awful, has no idea what they're talking about, you're watching the wrong people, is overwhelmingly incorrect based on the audiences that our channels have.
Planning my garden has never been easier.
Moreover, why do you care? Why are you still bringing up your ex and how he acts? Why are you making suggestions about what he must be doing? Why are you still watching him, Chantal? Why do you care so much that not only do you watch it, you...
Well, not only that. Okay, let's assume that she didn't intend to bring him up, that she was responding to a question in her chat. You can skip that question and move on. You don't have to talk about every subject in your chat.
Sit and talk about it. She goes on to talk about how he could go get a job and not live off his woman. Chantal, I know that you see the irony in this, because you instantly say, your man works. And then you quickly transition to how reactors, we just pay our bills with your content. She transitions all...
Well, honey, I can assure you I'm not paying my bills with your money. I have a very small channel, very small stats, and I barely make $10 a month. So, I don't know, I guess you're buying me a pack of cigarettes, maybe.
Of this into they're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day. And this kind of becomes a running theme. You know, they don't care about Valentine's Day. She's into financial freedom, no spend February, pay down the debts. And of course, people bring up travel. You know, she has to continue to do her visa runs. And she goes after reaction channels saying, we don't know anything. Chantal, we are far more right than you will ever care to admit. Case in point, look at my community post today. We're going to talk about it because you bring it up. You took all that money to feed the stray cats and dogs. You bought so much food, you piled it in the back of the T-Mobile, and you drove around 3 different places. And in driving around, you also stopped multiple times for yourself. Now, you have all the time in the world. You literally, if you're not streaming multiple hours a day, you're clearly sitting there. You have no footage of you feeding animals? You're not...
Yeah, seriously, Chantal. I mean, that's like when I was a team leader and certain members of my team would disappear during shift. And I had to physically track them down to figure out why they weren't knocking on doors.
Going out live to feed these animals? Do you think that the stray animals aren't hungry? I would think they are. You're hungry, we realize, but shouldn't they also be hungry? And that is why we talked about this. That is why we mentioned it. You wanted one of your backs padded for just initiating it by taking the money and saying you're going to go do it. We all collectively said, listen, it's not that you're going to do it that's the issue. It's how consistent you'll be. It's how you're going to get through all that donation in food. And you're nowhere near it. But here you are doing the same thing you always do. Taking the counter argument of, why don't reactors travel? Why don't reactors go feed stray cats? Chantal, none of us went online collecting money to feed stray animals. That's why we don't have to feed them. That's also why you have to. As far as traveling, listen, I'm pretty comfortable.
Chantal, I'm sure that they have a large operation in Kuwait to try and rein in the overpopulation situation. I'm sure there are other organizations in other countries that are trying to do something about their cat overpopulation. I, years and years and years ago, did what was called, I think it was called a hash run. And it's where you play like Fox and the Hound. So you have some runners that go ahead of the rest of the group, and they put markings on the trail to show you what direction that you have to go into to catch up with them. And then there are pit stops. When you get to the pit stop, you can have a water, you can have some beer, whatever it is. One of the pit stops was on this waterway in Long Beach where they have a cabinet that locks. Okay? And one organization goes there, resupplies it with the cat food, and then has the feedings at very specific times of the day. Then locks everything back up. And no, we're not feeding the cats. We're not doing it. Okay?
Thinking any reaction channel that travels is not going to spend the entire day captive in their hotel room so they can barely go to a 7-Eleven and back. And of course, during all of this, is she's so hungry. She hasn't ate all day. She's going to have the entire bread. Of course, Sala comes.
The last time I traveled was before the pandemic. My son and I flew out to New York, and we stayed there for a week. It was wonderful. We got out every single day. The first day we got to see Wall Street and the bull statue, the little girl. We saw the memorial to the Twin Towers. I don't know if I remember the whole trip, to be honest, but we took cabs and the subway everywhere. And we did see a Broadway show. We went to Central Park and played around in the park. They have some historic buildings there and little trails. We had, real New York bagels and Italian food. It was a great trip. We went to a comedy club. We did some fun things. We went to Times Square. We had a good time. And we went out every single day. And I don't recall a single time that we ate in the room. And we actually had a kitchenette.
He's singing. It just seems so forced. She tries to take us down to the trash room. She folds her clothes. Then she talks about a notification she got from KFC. Very strange, because I thought she said she deleted all the apps. So here we are again.
Yeah, what exact kind of notification was it? Was it an email? Have you unsubscribed from all of the emails that you're a part of?
She wants pats on her backs for not ordering when they're sending her notifications to order. Chantel, this is how you start to have issues. And then she gets really mad at the chat. I think collectively, the chat kind of brought up my post. You kind of get the, as I mentioned, textbook response of, well, then you go feed cats. Drama over nothing. She starts blocking people. All we do is sit and complain. We never donate. She says a lot of derogatory names referring to me. Chantal, you're in a hijab doing all of this, you understand. And just remember, Chantal, you can call me whatever you want. You can make up whatever name you like for me. The reality is your husband was bragging to Kybella about doing reactions on my content so that he could look important to her. No name that you ever create is going to take that away. And by the way, keep thinking you're safe with your awful driving and eating, Chantal. Because that's what she pushes back with. Nothing's happened to me yet. So
yeah, and she did apparently finally start looking at some of the names in that letter, and at least one of them was an influencer that is Arab and has a large following. So the names can be assumed to be accurate.
I can continue down this path. I mean, Chantal, a lot of things have happened. You ran into something. You've clearly damaged the suspension of the car. As I've said, it's not a matter of if something happens, it's when. And you're careless attitude, your smug attitude, your above it all demeanor just further reassures everyone that's what's going to happen. And of course, she wants to know, what do reactors eat? Saying that, it's a personal journey. Proclaiming that, people don't have their life in order. And if they do, it's only to spite her. She brings up Kalari. She still can't go over the fact that Kalari, she feels, was riding her bike to spite.
I don't even know how Kalari got picked up. Other than, I guess she wrote a comment, like a super chat, that brought up Yo Mama's name. And then she was mentioned, it must have been FFG's show, because he watches her incessantly. I still have to go back and take a look at this. But Bridge over Ice, I think that's the name of your channel, Bridge, says that he's been quoted as saying that he watches her so much he takes bubble baths watching her. Dude, freaky, creepy, weirdo.
Chantal, Kalari has not posted about you in months, Chantal. How much did this bother you? I mean, it's one thing with your ex, right? It's one.
Well, technically, she did in the beginning of January, gore like bread. She did a New Year's live stream and spent the first half of it bitching about Girl World, bitching about the heifer, etc., etc. She really needs to back off of the topic too, because it blew up in her face, but that's a whole other story.
Thing with your ex. I understand he's the one that got away. You can't move on. You tried to. You're halfway across the globe. You've got another man in your life. None of it matters because he's the one that got away. I get that. I understand the frustration. But Kalari is still that much of an issue day in and day out because she can ride an exercise bike? Do you look at that treadmill with that same frustration and angst? I wonder. She then goes back to Valentine's Day. And how, everyone just does that to keep up with the Joneses, but the Joneses are broke. Chantal, listen.
I think I know what's going on with the treadmill, by the way. Now, hear me out on this one, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen. We know she's gained weight. We know she has. We can see it physically in her body. When he presented the treadmill to her, she was on the absolute verge of its weight capacity and had to take her shoes off in order to use it. So even 5 pounds would make that unusable to her.
We can see how much each other makes on this platform. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. If you don't want to celebrate, then don't. It doesn't need to come down to this massive, I'm taking a stand against Valentine's Day. We know if Sala did anything for you, you would post it on your community page, you would come online, you'd have this, what did you partner do for you rhetoric. Chantal, we've seen this. We've been down this road countless times. She then goes on to project, if your partner only shows you once a year that they love you, and if they can only do so with gifts and money, then they aren't very talented. I guess not everyone can sit there and deal with Crazy Frog for hours and hours.
Well, I don't know. I mean, have you ever had a heartfelt gift that was handmade, or, a home-cooked meal from your partner who usually leaves the cooking up to you? Love coupon book. There are plenty of ways to celebrate on a budget. And there are plenty of ways to show your love throughout the year as well. But it seems to me you don't like buying Salah gifts. You haven't done so on any of these travels. You don't buy him shit. This is all about you. It's the Chantel show.
Talent that Salah has. She talks about how she doesn't want flowers. She hates them. She hates them because she can't take care of them. Because in many ways you could look at her and say she's lazy. And of course she starts to wrap things up talking about FFG and how FFG only smokes and how prime for a stroke she must be. Everyone makes a living off watching her. She could never make a living off watching us. It's odd because Tippy actually watches a lot of FFG, Chantal. So when you say there's no amount of money that would have you listen to FFG all day, you actually watch FFG through Tippy. As a matter of fact, I mean, listen, Chantal, you watch a lot of us free of charge. And if you could have made it as a reaction channel, I'll even go as far to say if Salah could have made it as a reaction channel, you would have. Mm-hmm. Right? The two of you just failed. Right? You failed to do it because you don't have the sarcasm, you don't have the wit, you can't make it entertaining, and you simply use the same three jokes over and over and over, and people didn't continue to watch. That's why you go into the same played out cam up discussion. Chantal, you love to tell people to cam up. Here's what I'm going to tell you. How about cam down? Right? Why don't you cam down? You have a full week, okay? Full week, no live streams, no filmed eating. Cam down and let's see how your views go. You actually have to sit and create something that people are going to listen to, engage, or watch that doesn't revolve around things coming into your mouth, but rather the words coming out of your mouth. I don't think you're going to have the success that you think you will. Remember the podcast you tried? Didn't go real well? You know, when your sciatica that was so bad you couldn't get out of bed, you had to do the Foody podcast, which now all of a sudden sciatica hasn't been mentioned in months. But I'm sure that's going to start to become the excuses why you can't go feed the cats. She closes out.
Yeah, like when you were in Canada and you were gone for days at a time, you were pre-filming content. The vlogs were whatever. They were vlogs. You seemed to whip them out just because it was your job. But that 12:30 live cast was something to behold, and you took it down. You say you never talk about Koki. You spent over 45 minutes dwelling on your ex-fool. You were screaming oddly just to, I just feel better if I get this out of my system. Okay. You don't like children, do you? Right? You don't like children? So how do you like it when they come up, they're right near you, and they scream really loud for no reason? How does that make you feel? Does it put your nerves on edge? Does it?
With this very intriguing prospect of Salah leaving her once he gets Canadian citizenship. And how that would take 10 years anyway. Insert your own 10-year reference there. I'm not going to say it, but I know a lot of people will think.
Come on, Chantal, you know better than that. All he has to do is find some other fat Canadian who is sad, sad in my life, to swap you out. Doesn't have the financial bankruptcies and unpaid taxes and things like that, but, you know, is making some decent money, can get the travel visas for him, can start the process for him. You know he doesn't have to wait 10 years.
She goes over that she can have all her debts and still sponsor Salah. She just can't have the bankruptcies, which is why she took care of them first. She then goes back into how much money she wasted, projecting that unlike the others, she's grown as a person. Chantal, I'm not going to deny it. You've grown as a person. Where that growth has been, and if it's only physically, is what we're going to debate. But to sit there, again, and say the things you said about people in a hijab, I don't see a lot of growth. You can sit there and say that, you gain morality, that you ponder the world much differently now. But the reality is, you're very much the same exact person you've always been. Religion didn't change anything. If it did, none of these streams would take place. If it did, you wouldn't ask to become a charity for others. You would be a charity.
Oh, I know. This is so much of a, you're copying me.
To them. See, you couldn't just go out and give back to the stray cats of Kuwait. You had to ask for others to allow you to do that. So don't sit here and talk to us about money. Don't sit here and talk to us about doing the right thing. You only did the right thing when someone else gave you the financial ability to do so. And you still can't even follow through on those commitments. I'm going to leave you, though, with the top comments from the last video. You know I appreciate each and every one of you. And there's no way that I will not be back as soon as I can with more coming.
Thank you very much, Garlic Bread, for all of your commentary, your hard work, editing all of this nonsense, and giving other React channels something to work with, a strong foundation of the story. I am also going to cover Unicorn Pondu here in a minute, but I got to take a moment here for my own little health break, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this is Unicorn Pondu's take on what happened today, and I definitely have something to say about the voices she hears in the hall.
Hello everybody, how are we? My name is Unicorn Pondu. Welcome back to another video. And of course, Chantal went live for 3.5 hours. So if I skip something or I miss something, I'm sorry, but I only have so many brain cells I'm willing to spare. Without any further ado, let's see what Chantal had to do for 3.5 hours, shall we?
What kind of bees are we going to get into today? For some reason, whenever I put the word bees in my title, they demonetize my video. Like, what you got against bees in YouTube?
Maybe they figured out what you're using the word for. You consider?
What do you have against bees in?
Love that for you, the mouse.
Can you guess what I'm eating? Tacos. Beans. I gotta fold my laundry after. It's gonna be an exciting life. I know.
You know what's sad? Folding laundry is honestly an improvement, somehow.
Yeah. How come you can't really see? My armpit is gonna be in the food. Yeah, really, I'm 68. I don't know if you guys like kebab, but this is really good. This is Bukhari kebab, one of my favorite.
Guys, don't you...
I could not possibly look at a meal like that and decide it looks appetizing. I couldn't. Way too much rice.
Forget she's quitting fast food and this is the alternative. How dare you?
I don't know what this stuff is, but it's really good. So I'm just pouring on top. It's a big hunk of potato. Bismillah, beauty bite. Hey, Nikki. It is yummy. I don't have cheese for this bread. I don't eat the whole bread, don't worry. It's like the size of the moon.
Oh, thank God you're watching the carbs.
If she did convert, good for her. I'm not going to discourage somebody. But she better tell her man to do it too.
Pretty sure
Why are you setting standards for her? You're not supposed to be involved in their lives anymore. Right? You're married. They've moved on. You've moved on. Or have you?
she's talking about Dee Dee there, which, I never talk about them. But I thought he was already.
This is slow food. I haven't rice maker yet. I don't even cook my rice in it, though. I use the pot. Can we get another dramatic reading? You can't, because I think the same person who wrote that email got mad at me and wrote a really nasty one after that to me. Like, I'm supposed to prove myself by showing my NUDESs. And, I'm like, bye. Like, what? No, there's other ways. Anyway.
So basically you replied to it with some sort of demand?
I don't give a crap what anyone says.
Yet here you are, still talking about it.
Links, really? You got some tea. You heard it here. I believe you.
Which I believe is from Local Live. The whole entire thing feels like a fever dream.
I 100% believe you. That show is, I need more hot sauce. Like cold iced tea.
The reason she brought that up is because Lynx is in the chat. And Lynx had a big falling out with Keemstar over a computer he was going to buy her. But whatever.
I'm sorry, I cannot listen to Boogie fat shame women. Like, I can't. Like...
You fat shame men, too.
Just funny because they thought you didn't watch him anymore.
Saying that fat women disgust him and he would never... on behalf of all women everywhere, Boogie, we wouldn't touch you either. That's why you need to rely on young, impressionable 20-year-old women.
Yeah, so did she forget that she met her husband that is a whole decade younger than her on Global Tinder? Or as long as everyone's happy, okay, great, love that for you, but just really?
Who don't know what they're doing with their life yet, and are probably going to regret ever touching you. So believe me, the feeling is very mutual, bitch.
Okay, can you say projection? Also, wasn't that kind of like the whole subject of that email that she read the other day?
Not just that. Like, dude, like, where do you come off making fun of women?
And the email spoke the truth. It didn't get nasty. It didn't, get into appearances like that. It talked about her personality and control.
He took off his top, he had a freaking yeast infection in his armpit roll. Give me a break. Don't even start on that. Disgusting how he treats women, like incel behavior. Well, my mom was fat, so I don't like fat women. Well, then you hate yourself too, buddy, because you're a fat woman. He's so gross. I can't.
Still a man. Very gross of you to say.
And dude, that's projection. We all know you're not getting action. You are an involuntary celibate.
Hey, no matter who it is.
Take that as a rage if you want. This is actually, like, you're not going to believe it, but my first meal.
No, don't worry. We can.
Oh, yeah, I know, Stu. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he could get a job and not force his women to go pay bills, which is shameful for a Muslim man to do. And no, my man does work, thank you.
What? Because he sure is home a lot. A lot.
From the little money I make on here, I have a huge amount of debt I'm trying to pay down so that it gets paid off. Because I want financial freedom. I've been watching a lot of people who, like, no spend February, no spend,
He could get a job. Is she still talking about Boogie at this point? Boogie makes really good money. What are you talking about, girl?
January, how to live on a budget. Number one thing, cutting out eating out.
She's eating food that's not made from home. Okay, great start so far.
But food like this is actually cheaper than fast food. It's very cheap. $1.50 for this whole meal.
An average person, K, great, love that for you, ma'am. The rice, you are a diabetic. This is a very, very bad idea.
Yeah, well, I don't care what Del Pondu, whoever the that is, thinks. She can sit and spin for all I care. She knows my life, like...
Yeah, because you're the one that films it. Chantal can't just live in the moment or have personal things to herself. No. Everything is a business opportunity. Yep. The more I think about that, that's actually really sad.
I don't think so. Maybe she should travel at the end of the month and get a life and get off my ass. How about that? Rage a little. Oh well, I made it a month. Stop it! Another spreadsheet? Actually, I might...
Hiding in the hotel the entire time is not traveling.
eat a full bread. I'm so hungry right now. I didn't eat for like... I'm not kidding. I'm not bullshit. I know people take a look at me and my eating habits and I'm fat and all that. But when did I eat last?
Find a pet-friendly Italian restaurant with...
Dipping bread in rice. Very bad idea, yeah. Don't do what I do, okay? I'm not an influencer. I have many bad habits. I'm just, no. Don't take after me. The chair's going wonky? Oh well. We're going to Skyrim feed the cats. Not every day. We're going to space it out. When I feel up to going out, yeah.
She begged and pleaded for everyone to pay for the thing that she wants to do, but yet, guys, we're gonna space it out, though. Huh?
We'll do it, every few days or something. Probably not gonna finish the rice. The camels don't eat cat food, I don't think so.
You and me.
Belong together.
Like old iced tea.
Oh, yeah, look, there's your definitely working husband home Again! Isn't that something?
Did you eat all your rice?
Yes. I'm full.
You ate all his rice. I'm struggling. One more bite.
There are two kinds of people in this world. There are people like Salah that can eat all of that rice with absolutely no problem, and then there's me. Whenever I think about a french fry, I automatically gain 2 pounds.
Let me try to eat like a graceful person. Let's see.
Alrighty, so we kind of already failed because why is there so much rice in one bite?
Love it.
What? Did you say something?
Yes.
Did you say you love me?
No, you continue.
What you said?
I said love you. You continue.
Ew. Lily, there's just people waiting. Hey, Sippy, for me to like not feed them anymore, so that they can be like, see, I told you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You're going to be turning this around so that way it's like, guys, I don't feel like feeding the cats, but like, I'm going to feed Julia, so that way it's technically the same thing. You guys are feeding my cat. Thank you so much. I wouldn't put it past her.
Feed the.
I'm waiting for you to get a traffic ticket, a violation, something that, sends you to have to pay a ticket and provide community service. A littering ticket for all the bullshit you've been doing out there. I'm waiting for that to happen.
Call the cats. I don't want to go out right now. Maybe we can after. They probably heard the word. I swear, these ads are crazy, man. They probably just heard me say the word, I had an accident. From Potato Corner? That's it. Depends. Well, I hope they give it a high RPM.
About your great working husband, though. I thought that you didn't.
Girl, you talk about your incontinence so frequently on your channel that I'm not surprised that you're bombarded with this.
Really need YouTube money after all. He must be broke.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go wash my hands. Okay, let's go throw this trash out. Wash my hands and then fold away the laundry. Hold on. I can't show you my door number.
Somebody had speaking to, apparently, about taking the trash out.
I don't think so.
This is the absolutely great quality content all reactors are stealing from. How absolutely dare we?
Oh yeah, Specs, I have to check out your channel. Just, honestly, just block. Don't even address it. Don't do like I did. I have thick skin. It ain't the only thing thick on me. But yeah, generally. Trust me, when you stop giving a crap what people think about you, especially, honestly, it's not hard. Look at Gore World. They look like Table 9 from The Wedding Singer.
No, I'm just gonna leave this here and then we can continue. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm super hot or anything, but... Okay, let me see the bathroom. I'll be right back. By the way, I know I said this before, but you need to take some... Is it Bounty? Downy. And mix it with a bit of water, like half and half. And then you have homemade Febreze.
Your man runs a perfume business.
And it lasts a while. You can spray your clothes, too, for
Downy is highly flammable, folks.
them to smell like fresh laundry. I just got a notification from KFC. Not today, Satan. By the way, I still haven't had KFC or McDonald's. I used to eat KFC almost every day. These are my pants. Can you tell? They're huge. My favorite. I'm going to wear it right now. My favorite hijab. On my vacation away from worky. You ever put... There's sometimes tissue in your pockets? In Salah's pocket? Okay.
Right.
Alrighty, and we are officially...
Is Salah the one that has to constantly dab at his eyes and his nose and his teeth?
out of breath from folding laundry. Yep.
My husband's spray?
Thank you, random person that has common sense to ask her that.
Spray for the messiness. Yeah, we have a lot of the sprays. Is there one on the table here? No. But I do use them a lot. They make various products, but we have bathroom sprays, soaps, perfume sprays, fabric sprays, floor cleaner.
Of all of those options, you make homemade Febreze, though.
Perfume deodorizer thingy. Hold on. I don't know why my wall looks like somebody was smearing their caca on it. Okay, it's not.
No, I don't even have to make the joke. You guys already know the joke.
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't know. I was paid to feed them? No, I was paid to buy food and stuff. What?
We're paid money to get them food so that way you could feed them.
Why are you even complaining? You didn't donate. Two, the people who donated, the 3 people, never said that I had to do it every single day until the food's gone. So calm your nerves, buddy.
They have to? The whole entire thing is weird. I'm sorry.
And if you're bored, then leave. The fuck? Like, I don't know what to tell you.
If you're bored, then leave. This is how she addresses uncomfortable questions.
Exactly, Tracy. And until then, they can keep bitching. I don't care. I don't care. They didn't even donate. Like, what the fuck? Shut up.
You don't have to. Anyone can comment about you. Sorry.
It's always the people who don't that always have the most to say.
Yeah, because why would anybody that
I don't donate to any Kalari's shit either.
has more than 5 brain cells give you their, number one, their money, but also their personal information? No! That is the stupidest thing I think I have ever heard. And for cat food, really? Really?
Instead of bitching about how I'm feeding stray animals, is there maybe a hobby that you could get?
Exclaims the hobbyless woman.
No, because the whole point is to get out and enjoy feeding them when we go out, you know? Like, there's not even any reason for drama over it. Like, whatsoever.
Uh-oh, the red lipstick's out. She is not happy.
No, there's most of them are not fixed, yeah. I have no idea. I wasn't looking to, like, solve all of Kuwait Stray's problems. I was just looking to do a little bit of helping, you know? And other people wanted to donate and thought, yeah, maybe there's a government organization. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Who fixes strays?
You have Google though, right? You got Google? You can look this shit up.
But I don't think they're going to prioritize that.
Left that in because I have absolutely no idea what that was.
There's a shelter for domestic animals, farmhouse, paws, and animal rescue. So there's an animal shelter. There's some animal shelters, yeah. That's all I found was like 3 homeless shelters. But I don't think they're run by the government. I think they're like private, you know what I mean? How do you know all I have is time? You don't know what I do with my life?
We're live for 3.5 hours straight. What do you mean?
Just go away. What the fuck? Get out of here. Go feed cats. If you're whining about it, go and feed cats yourself. Like,
Someone that doesn't care, she seems to care a lot.
Jesus. Yeah, sushi girl, bye. Yep. 100%. That's right. See ya. You're always negative and rude in my comments too. You don't need to be here. Called out for what? For not going, like, every single day whenever somebody thinks I should be to go feed the animals? And making drama out of nothing? Bye. Get out of here. Like, they don't do anything. They don't donate. All they do is sit and bitch. So go bitch somewhere else.
I mean, how would you know, though? You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. The same exact stupid logic that you always cry about can be applied to us, too. Sorry.
Go to a reaction channel. Nobody cares. Yeah, same. Some people in here poke and poke until I tell them to F off. There you go. F off. Bye, Felicia. No, exactly. They don't do anything. They just sit there and judge others. Exactly, Layla. Probably a reaction channel like girly bread, always making some stupid bitch drama because he's a bitch. I'm still in Kuwait. I haven't been arrested or kicked out for my diabetes or bad driving. Girly bitch. So what? A lot good your friggin' sanctimonious sportscaster rants do.
There she is. I always knew she would come back.
Loser. Taking on the same women over and over again over nothing is incel little friggin' zoop energy, okay? That's what it is. Hey, Tammy.
How do you feel that you are catching the attention of local Arab influencers? Does that make you a little nervous at all?
Having a good day. I'm having a great day now. I'm not upset, Aurora.
Guys, how absolutely dare you say that she's not having a good day? She is thriving. She is so happy. How absolutely dare you say that she's not having a good day?
Veggie sausage type. Look at my plate of veggie turds and vegetables. No one cares. You want a cookie? You want a medal? People act like I never eat healthy meals. Give me a break.
So, here's Chantal's last 9 videos that she has posted.
Like, and then they're flexing like, this zombie eats healthy. What does that have to do with being a zombie? Being a brainless zombie means you just parrot other stupid reaction channels in hopes of getting some coins. That's exactly what that channel was, too. This reaction channel makes healthy veggie turds on a plate. Yeah, and you also are a friggin' sucker of the other reaction channels and have no creativity of your own, as usual, as the other reaction channels. So, congratulations, here's your medal.
Wow, for someone that doesn't care, she seems to have a lot of opinions about things. So on top of that, I thought that we didn't watch reaction channels. That's kind of funny that you know exactly what they're talking about.
Do I have a medal? I need to get some props. Like, get a life. Why are people flexing their weights against each other like it's some competition? It's a life journey. Losing weight, getting healthy is a personal life journey. If you're doing it for the reasons like that friggin' toothless wonder who would call me a heifer all day is doing it for, trying to flex, and you know, even what's her face there, Shani of Satan, I'm winning against you and Amber Lynn. Where? But second, nobody cares. This is your own personal effing life journey. You don't need to be flex. If you're doing it just to flex against someone else, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win in the long run. Like, please, get a life.
I'm so sorry that I had to.
People who compare have low self-esteem. I'm so thirsty. Those kebabs and that hot sauce. And the bitch is making me thirsty.
Yeah, no, definitely not the beatus or anything.
Nobody cares. And that's Sushi Girl. So if we descend, we get blocked. Go eat a Maki roll, okay? Go eat a Maki roll.
This is so stupid. Go eat a Maki roll. What happened? Why is she so miserable today?
I have no idea.
There you go. Anna has your medal. It is a thief of joy. And that's why they're all miserable, Lisa P.
I have been laughing this entire time. This whole entire thing is so stupid.
I don't get it either, Caprice. Power leveling is so cringe. I only ate one yogurt and one biscuit all day. Okay, champion. Collect your prize. Oh, wait, there isn't one. I think you being angry puts people in a bad mood in chat. I'm not angry. Honestly, I'm not.
Yeah, no, guys, she's not yelling. Hold on. She's not angry and mad and yelling. She's just talking very, very loudly and very, very passive-aggressively. That's all.
I'm not, like, emotionally affected. I'm just, like, telling people off that deserve it, you know?
Oh, you're angry and you're retaliating. That's what we're doing then, right?
No, but there's not a single person in the world, though, that everybody loves. Like, this, it's not. The thing is, like, I don't yell at people who, like, you know, I don't have a bad tone with people who, yeah, people are deliberately provoking her in chat to get a rise out of her. Right, like, I don't know. I'm not angry when I, like, reply like that. I just, I don't know, being sassy. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna celebrate Issa P. I really, honestly, Valentine's Day, I feel like it's just a load of crap, you know? Like, who cares about teddy bears and flowers and stuff like that? Like, I don't know.
Oh my god, that's so funny that you mentioned that. So for your anniversary, not for Valentine's Day, to be fair, but for her anniversary, though, let me roll the clip again.
Ready?
Yeah.
You exciting? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da!
What is it?
Open your eyes.
Oh my goodness! No!
What a dumbass that he flipped the lights on and it's all candles. Dude.
Oh my gosh! What is this stuff?
Surprise.
Oh my gosh! It's beautiful! You had all these candles?
Yeah. All for you, honey.
Oh, I love you!
Love you too. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Your flowers, Habibti.
Oh my gosh, let me see these! Oh, wow, they're gorgeous! Thank you!
I love you, honey.
I love you, Hayati. Alright, I'm gonna read this card, my favorite part.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Oh, I love you in like a whole bunch of languages. Happy anniversary, Salam Chantal equals a heart. I love you. That's so sweet.
We have financial goals, and like one of the challenges I'm trying to do with my life is, you know, not buy useless crap. And like I really don't. I feel like people try to like really go all out on Valentine's Day just to like keep up with the Joneses, but the Joneses are broke, okay? Like seriously, like people just like, oh, I have to buy my girlfriend all this stuff like to prove that I love her. Like I'm sorry, but if your significant other can't prove their love to you except for one day a year, and they need to spend money to do it, they're not very talented, are they?
Ooh, Lord, that jealousy. I can even feel it coming through the screen. People can afford it. Go for it. Who cares?
It's a Hallmark holiday, yeah. Yeah, you love flowers and chocolates?
Oh my God.
See, I don't really care about that stuff. Honestly, I dread getting flowers. I dread it. Because I can't take care of them. And honestly, I don't want to.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to worry about them.
What is this stuff?
You know? Cook your loved one a special meal. Yeah. Indoor picnic. I don't know. I kind of want to go see a movie, but it's more junk we don't need. Maybe we'll go out to dinner. I don't know. Members only chats? I would do those, but honestly, there's haters who become members just so they can stream the content. So it doesn't really, and the chats are very small when I do members only. So it might be kind of boring.
It's so weird to think about how she went from members only to open chat, and now she can't do members only because there's absolutely no one going to be chatting in them anymore.
It is, Laura. I'm so thirsty. I shouldn't have eaten that, maybe. Made me really thirsty. Aw, that's nice, 7-Eleven Beezer. I'm not trying to crap on your parade. I mean, if you guys enjoy that, sure, but just me personally, I'm tired of worrying, what are we going to do for Valentine's Day? I don't really care, What if he shows up with Burger King?
Last year, my mom and I went to a murder mystery dinner.
He would never. Remember whenever I first, one of my first videos here, he came out of Burger King and he's like, here's your Burger King, baby. I don't think he realized the extent of my fast food obsession then. At least I wasn't at Shannon's house for Valentine's Day. Exactly. Salah didn't grow up celebrating Valentine's Day ever. He probably didn't even know when it was until he met me. I don't know. We have expensive future plans, so we're trying to, I really need to cut down. The fast food and food here is a fraction of what it costs. It's not as expensive. It's still kind of expensive, but I mean, anyone can look up the prices, but I need to stop eating out. Food is still a huge expense, so I need to cut that. Number one.
Still don't think she knows about the conversion rates at all. 1 dinar? Oh, that obviously means 1 Canadian dollar. No, that's not how that works.
Oh, I'm full. I need to eat slower. That's why I get it now. Eat don't go more than 4 hours. It's always a struggle. You're so hungry, you just eat so fast. FFG soul sister. Stop encouraging people to be like me, as opposed to what? But you support FFG? People should be like her? I'm sorry, but what delusion are people under that she is the picture of health? She's a frigging obese chain smoker. Okay? At her age, she should not have a gravelly voice. Ja Rule, the other reaction channel. Should not be at her age.
Your voice is gravelly right now. Punky Brewster had a raspy voice as a child, and probably still does. Shannon Doherty did as well.
All right? So, and raging to that degree every single day over somebody you hate, stroke incoming bees, don't tell me that she's the picture of health. Encouraging kids you're encouraging people. Do you know that there's so many people that want reaction channels like hers to make money off of being a hateful bitch? Yeah, please miss me with that. Please. You can't be that angry all the time, right? I hate the bitch, and if I had to watch her for a living, I would probably unalive myself. 100%. There's no way. There's no amount of money you could pay me to watch her.
Why do you say things you don't actually mean? Do you feel like that's part of the reaction? It's not. That's part of lying. That's part of raging. That's part of just trying to fling poo at the wall and see if it sticks.
And listen to her voice every single day, okay? So she must love me. I'm sorry, but pumped up kicks happened 3 years ago, Martian. Time to move on. She's rotting from the inside out, right? And oh yeah, nice example of youth. I'm not responsible for your youth. If you're letting your kids watch me, that's your own fault.
I mean, for once, I actually do agree with her.
But my videos, when I'm not...
Yeah, that's why she should stop worrying so much about how these people are raising their kids. Because I'm sure their kids don't care about watching this crazy woman.
Talking like this are more wholesome than hers, that's for sure. Actually, it's just, her videos are my content, so yeah, if her videos are my content, but you're saying you're her soul sister, what? Okay. I found this channel through a reaction channel, and I'm disgusted by that reaction channel. I think they're the meanest thing ever. Yeah, because they hate themselves. If they didn't, they would can the number one.
Number one, there's nothing in the TOS that states that we have to, so sorry.
Do you see me being ashamed of how I look? Nope. I was listening to them say ALR was bringing up her mom's past and it's bad for her. I was like, you guys constantly bring up her past. Did you see the dog? Did you see? I saw in your mama's stream, Jordy, Hordy, whatever his name is. His content was literally getting giddy over. He literally for a few minutes tried to see Amber Lynn's leg reflection in her frigging refrigerator. Why? So you could body shame her? What kind of content is that? And then you make fun of hers?
Maybe because you're both lying about your weigh-ins and about your health journeys.
Oh my god, I can't. We're living in the upside down world. so cringe. Like, what human being? Let's see if we can see her leg. Like, how about you see if you can see your own reflection in that fridge, buddy? Hell, he looks like a fly on meth.
No, her of all people is not going to be commenting on anyone's looks. On anybody's looks.
Peter Griffin. Like, get a life, right? Used to be. He's like, I would have slowed it down. Oh, ooh.
Another situation that, of course, you have to give your 2 cents on. I've always found it weird that Amber's the more, like, popular one out of the two. But you know, the people have spoken.
I should probably stop watching Yo Mama. It pisses me off, yeah, to see how friggin' stupid these people are.
Well, if you don't like it, quit watching. Your own words.
I don't know, Sockbeezer. I don't want to be in Kuwait this summer. Maybe we'll travel. He cams up, but at least when he's garbage, yeah. Why are you, like, who gets entertainment out of watching this weirdo, this wiry weirdo, zooming in on her fridge to see her leg? Oh, he's the least problematic reactor. Exactly. And people hate him because he's right. Like, what do they think? That they're free from criticism? You know, these people, like, look at Yaba, the thin-skinned biatch. She can use my content every day to feed her entire family.
Number one thing that you come for, the first insult that you come after somebody, you mention money. It's a little bit weird.
And say whatever she wants with her vile, dirty-ass mouth, but then the minute that he brings up part of her video, once in a while, to give it back to her, I'm gonna private my stream. Like, grow up. Wow. I feel so bad that she's responsible for raising children. That's disgusting, the type of person she is. Yeah, Nostune, if we wanted to go to Canada, we'd have to apply for, like, a visit visa. And we don't want to visit Canada right now. I don't want to travel right now. Jordy is funny? Where? I don't get it. Sorry. I don't find him funny at all. Funny looking.
Again, I know Skinny Legend 5000 is not making fun of anybody's looks.
Proton email mistress. The Bin Hussein person is actually a real person, too. You know what, Jarella? What you're doing by coming here to spite them, most of their audiences are there to spite me, and I don't care at all. Stay over there. Like, if you're gonna be nasty like that, no thanks. Hate perpetuates hate. Consuming hate isn't good for you. Exactly. Like, people don't wonder why they have a hate boner. Like, that doesn't, like, you know, it's weird. They were probably the bullies in high school. Actually, they were probably bullied, Bailey. I bet you any money. But yeah, that too, Bailey. Some of them definitely were.
Chantel was definitely the bully in her high school. She bullied her sister incessantly. She bullied Pete. She bullied kids. And she kind of brags about her memories of having to go to what would be considered like a continuation school for difficult children.
Channel's letter say, who are you to ask about Gordas when you have a double chin? As if having a double chin has anything to do with having an enlarged thyroid. Right? And I'm sorry, but have you seen some of the reaction channels? Yeah. The most popular one has a gullet, okay? So spare me. Actually, that's exactly what the thyroid neck looked like. Yeah, I have a chubby fat chin under here, but not a gullet. No, citizenship is not passed down. Like, he would have to live in Canada for a while. If we wanted to move to Canada someday and go that route, who cares? Like, what is it to anybody?
You have been crying and screaming like he doesn't even want to come to Canada. That's why. He really loves me, guys. He doesn't want to go to Canada, guys. He actually loves me, guys. Guys, right, guys?
And if he leaves me for citizenship, oh well, I'll live. I don't know why that would be like in millions of years. It'd be like 10 years from now.
We went from millions of years to 10 years. Wow.
Okay? Because you need to be in Canada for 5 years. It's a good, like, probably 2 years before you even get to sponsor somebody. You can still have debt and sponsor someone. You can have, like, a lot of tax debt. You can have a lot of debt, but you can't be bankrupt. So that was the number one debt I took care of, but not just for that, just because you have to take care of it. You have to have it paid off in a certain amount of time. But when I think of, like, I want to, like, become financially so responsible, like, and honestly, like...
Oh, God, her tripping over her own words. I think she spoke just a little bit too much.
I was always so bad with my money. It was so crazy. Like, if you guys only... You guys know a lot of it, but what? Man, not even thinking about what I would spend. Living like you're loaded and you're not. You don't have to be in Canada. You have to prove that you have the intention of... So, like, if I wanted to sponsor him someday, I would have to, like, put my residence back in Canada and prove that that's where we plan on living. Stinky cat and flies everywhere. Oh, please. Flies doesn't mean anything.
I mean, yeah, it kind of does, because every single place that she has ever lived, there have been flies.
Reaction channels are definitely people who were bullied in high school. Now they can get their revenge through their PCs. Right, Ron?
I can confirm myself. Nope.
I can say I don't plan on living here forever, no. I don't plan on going to Canada for a while either, though. The thing about living in Canada...
Okay, so the people have entered the hall. She's now going to reduce the volume for which she's speaking. If you listen closely, one of the people in the hall laughs in the same way as Salah.
It's very expensive. Like, whenever you are used to living, like, in a place like this where the way of life is just so less stressful. It's like...
Never leave your apartment. What do you mean?
I can't explain it. Criticizing someone is one thing. Merciless ridicule is another. Yeah. It's exactly. It speaks poorly on the person who does it. And that's the thing, you know, like... That's the thing they're going to realize one day, maybe, you know, who knows? Some people go through life and they never grow as people. They don't keep developing, like, morality and, like, they don't ponder these things, you know what I mean?
Wonderful. We're getting moral advice from someone that's used the R word multiple times this year alone.
That's not a cat. That's cat hair. Not cat turds on the ground. Tufts of her hair. That's her paw prints. Her box is clean. Clean.
It didn't look clean. It looks like it probably had already been peed in about 6 times, but okay.
I clean it mostly, but Salah does. If he sees there's a turd, he'll scoop it out. He's pretty good for taking care of her. I had to tell him to feed, like, he's funny when he feeds her. He just tops the bowl with food. I'm like, don't put that much.
All right, so she is already out of breath, and he has absolutely no idea what he's doing, even though he's had her for, almost 2 years now?
Bare feet on litter. What? Yeah, I guess I have to clean around there. There's tufts of hair on the bottom.
Wasn't going to comment on it, but just...
No, there's anything like Shani in her box. That's why I came for her back. Like, the nerve of you to call me out. Like, dude, go look up Shani litter box.
Same vein, go look up Foody Beauty Pete's litter box. I don't know why she's trying to claim some sort of moral high ground.
Her litter box had so many turds in it that there was turds coming out of the box, like a trail. It was disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, like before, like when I was at the villa, there was like, when I got really depressed, I didn't let it get bad like that, but I didn't scoop every poop like now. Pretty much scoop, like, I try to keep on it, you know? It was too heavy for Pete still. Pete was responsible for it, yeah. Yeah, because there was a time where I was like, I would pay all of the bills, so I was like, well, if you want to help out, just do that, you know?
They're still your cats, though. If they are not being properly taken care of by someone, do something about it. No, guys. It's not her fault. It's Pete's fault, naturally.
But he's helped me out a lot in life, too, so I can't say that. Putting the villa in his name and all this other stuff, so yeah. Are we fighting from all the girls talking to him? No. Yeah, I was yelling at the fact Beats got My Little Pony sheets. My Little Pony sheets are not. He's 1,000 times of a better person than she'll ever be. A better human, so he's... the most loyal person in the world. He would never lie. He would never hurt anybody. He's very
honest to a point to where he would even out your secrets.
You know, he's not perfect. Like, he's depressed. He has not very good life management skills, but he's actually oddly responsible in a lot of ways. I don't know. He lied to the audience when you were in Canada. He didn't admit that I was there, yeah. Maybe he lied about that, but not a lie that will hurt people. And honestly, it was a lie to protect his friend. So,
no matter what fancy word you want to sprinkle on top, it's still a lie.
He would do that, yeah. A red flag is somebody who doesn't have their together. Like, who doesn't have a job at all, or...
I mean, I'll give you 5 guesses, and the first 5 don't count.
Like, I should have seen those red flags, you know, like, previously. Not with Salah. Like, I know people always say, oh, like, he's a bot man, whatever. That's not true. Like, he does support his own life. He's done it for a long time.
His home every single time you go live, isn't that a little bit weird?
Actually, some grown men, unmarried, we know, still live with their families. It's not uncommon for people here to live with their families until they get married and have their own families. But Salah wanted to move away and be on his own, you know? So he was able to do that. He's been to university. He's traveled. He's not how people think he is, you know?
Yeah, he's traveled around while with you. Yeah, naturally, of course he is. He has upgraded his car. He's upgraded multiple times, by the way. Moved a few times. Brand new gaming laptop. Super convenient.
He doesn't want to go out. He said he promised in the morning tomorrow. Yeah. It'll It'll be your guys' nighttime exactly. Asking Dad to leave. Do you feel controlled? Not in a bad way. I like being controlled a little bit, honestly. Honestly, I do in some ways. Like, yeah.
Big terms and conditions apply there. Also, I've been skipping around trying to be a little bit more selective because it got really boring really fast.
Yeah.
Shelly, I don't have I have that one friend, but I also have mostly like the wives of Salah's friends.
Well, minus Allah's wife.
Like if we go there, I hang out with them. Have a good night. Thanks for beezing. Bye, guys.
Okay, that was a lot and also nothing at the same exact time. So with that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Your health is...
Well, thank you very much for that, Unicorn Pondu. I will drop yours and Gorlick Bread's links in the description when I upload this. And I don't know what to say. I mean, I've kind of been a little too tied up with my own stuff to really do much for this story. God damn. Well, good luck with all of that. See, tomorrow's Wednesday. It's supposed to start raining. And then I have appointments on Thursday and Friday. Yuck. Okay. Take care, y'all.